Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Vish Mathur. I'm the Global Head of Engagement at the Telecom Infra project. Nice to see you all. With me is my peer and colleague, Olli Andersson. Olli, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Vish. Good morning, everybody. So I'm Olli Andersson, CTO at TEP.
Fantastic. Great to see you. Olli and I are just going to give you a very short sort of bird's eye view of what's been happening in TIP across the project groups and actually how those highlights will be showcased at Fyuz. But not only that, some of the new initiatives that might be coming up in 2026 that Olli can talk to us about. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions of Olli, and he's going to give us a bit of the information, and then we'll round up in terms of how that all comes together at Fyuz. So Olli, as the CTO of TIP, I mean, you have a purview of all the project group activities, of course. Could you run through each and over the course of 2025, maybe speak about one or two key achievements or highlights across the PGs, which you might expect to see more about at Fyuz?
Absolutely, Abish. So maybe firstly, our open optical and transport group continues its great momentum. So we've had a excellent year and at 2025, had a lot of activities in our optical network terminals, our aggregation router space, as well as our distributed backbone routers. One thing to highlight is obviously the gold badge. We awarded our Phoenix solution early this year to NEC, and we're glad to see that commercially being deployed in Japan as well. And I think that is kind of a showcase of how the TIP process actually works in practice. The community has been working a lot on the requirements and advancing the solution through our batching process, and we see the results.
Fantastic.
Secondly, our open Wi-Fi, our open LAN group has been making great progress. So our open Wi-Fi deployment numbers are growing. So we are over 400,000 Wi-Fi access points deployed worldwide, and we see accelerating momentum there. So I think it's a fantastic achievement. In Open RAN, we restructured the group early part of this year. We got in a new leadership that's been exciting. We continued the ARIA program in UK, which focuses on SMO and RIC space, validating and developing our apps for the Open RAN community. And that's been an excellent program. We've been now testing them over the air, those applications, and in an end-to-end manner. And that community has advanced really, really well. At the Neutral Host and Infrastructure Sharing Group, which is one of our newest groups, TIP, we've updated the Neutral Host playbook this year and developed some new use cases as well for the community. I really expect a lot from that group in 2026. So it's moving well ahead. And in Telco AI, we've been working on the reference architectures. We released a white paper earlier this year, focusing more on the monetization opportunity by telecom service providers. And now we've been working on figuring out how can we make data more available for application development and for AI.
Fantastic. Excellent. And I would say that actually, when we look at the Fyuz agenda, we made sure we compiled as much of the agenda around those supporting arguments that you just said. So obviously there'll be highlights around, SMO RIC and the sort of the industrialization of automation and orchestration in RAN. OPT group will be featured quite a bit on main stage as well as breakout. The Open LAN community is coming to this table as well, wanting to really explore the opportunities across Europe and Middle East, given that a lot of the work they've done is in North America and Asia. And I know the Neutral Host group also has a couple of sessions as well. And then Telco AI, certainly being sort of showcasing a few things there. What I'd love to then ask you, Olli, there must be a set of new initiatives that the board is starting to approve or has approved that you are excited about. I know you personally excited about, but there's sort of a buzz around the community growth in those areas. Could you just give a couple of highlights? What are the key initiatives that you think will be showcased at Fyuz?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in generally, I see that AI is influencing all of our working groups and project groups. We will see this in our optical and transport group. So there will be an activity starting where we are going to look at more of the inter-data center connectivity and how you scale across AI workloads across different data centers and how the transport network should look for it. So that's a big activity that we are quite excited about in our OPT project group. And how we can develop specifically Ethernet networks to answer this demand. Then, secondly, on the continuing more on the AI agenda, we are going to talk about network data and how we can make that available for application development and more for agentic AI development across different network domains. Including RAN, core network, as well as transport networks. So that's a very, very exciting piece that we are looking forward to discuss at Fyuz, and there will be some announcements coming up on that domain. And then thirdly, we are going to launch a new quality of experience activity where together with major operators as well as major content application providers, and there we're going to seek a new community focusing on how can we improve quality of experience of consumers and applications while also optimizing network traffic. So that's a very, very exciting space for all of us.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Olli. Certainly what sort of resonates for me is that TIP and Fyuz as an extension of TIP certainly focuses on the pragmatic and the practical application and implementation of solutions to drive forward the ideology of autonomous and programmable networks. I love the fact that we're looking at network data and AI foundations. It's a route map towards 6G, I'm sure. Obviously, there are many sort of complexities to deal with that, but if you do that from an industry perspective and create the right framework, then it starts to open up the market much more. Lovely to see that the optical group is really trying to look at inter-data center management as well, Ethernet-based sort of solutioning around that, which is great for telcos, data center operators, hyperscalers that are all investing heavily into compute and AI into data center. And then thirdly, excellent to see that actually it's creating a bit of a matchmaking between content application providers and CSPs, looking to address actual end-to-end solution around video optimization and QoE. Excellent. These are great initiatives and looking forward to seeing more of that at Fyuz and then after Fyuz as well, going to 26.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're not coming to Fyuz, I hope these are at least few reasons to come over. It will be very, very exciting.
Absolutely, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't registered for Fyuz, I mean, time is ticking, but the website fyuz.org has a registration page. Those who are members of TIP, there are discounts available. There was a fire sale over the weekend, which you may have missed now, but there are ways to make sure you can still register and attend Fyuz if you're not already there. And of course, if you can't attend Fyuz, then we'll make sure there are roundups of the messaging that has come out of Fyuz. And obviously, keep abreast of what's happening in TIP, because that will give you a sort of a bit of ammunition to work out whether there should be a need for you to join as members if you're not a member, or get involved in some of the new project groups or the current project groups. So that's it. Olli, thank you very much for your time. That was a useful promo of some of the good stuff that's going to be shown at Fyuz and the PG landscape that you're looking after.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Vish. Thank you.